All right, so battle plan. The wife's away. I got a little bit of time to get some stuff done, and this floor has been bothering us for a long time. So we're gonna sand it, finish it. Hopefully things go well. I have no idea what I'm doing, but we're gonna kind of figure out as we go, and YouTube's gonna be my guide. And yeah, so stay tuned. We're gonna kind of keep you in the loop of the battle plans. We're gonna use this floor sander. It's a drum sander. Kind of get it's the bulk of it off. Use the edge sander to get around from there, and then hopefully be delicate around our pipes and things on the side. And that's really about it. So come along for the journey. We're gonna figure it out. All right, so this is where we're gonna do our test strip. So no matter how this goes, we're gonna cover this up with some tiles later. I figure this is a good spot to practice, kind of figure out what I'm doing. Yeah, I'm told when you start and keep it moving. So when you set the drum down and start sanding, have it in motion when it hits, and then the same deal, pull it up when it's out of motion. Otherwise, it'll kind of dig a bit of a hole. Let's be honest, I'm gonna botch this. I'm gonna dig a hole, but this is the spot to do it because I'm gonna cover it up anyway. And then if this goes good, move out there. All right, so first impression, once you start going, it wants to run away from you. So like, you pull the lever and it's just like, it's kind of pulling you. So you actually don't have to push it, you're more like pulling it back. So far it's going good, so I'm gonna kind of keep hammering it for a bit and we'll get to the big room. All right, so, ooh, that took a while. We did it. You know, we used the edge sander, get it on the side, obviously the drum sander to get the bulk of it. I did come into a little bit of a problem with the sander, and it just kept eating through. This is a good one compared to the other ones, but it would just shred them. But there's like some rubber dudes on the bottom of this guy that were missing when I got it. I wonder if that had to do with it, but it's ripping through paper pretty quick. But anyway, we got everything done, got the edges done. It's not perfect, but that was our 30 grit pass. So now we kind of go back and hit our 100 grit, and that's just for smoothing some things out. And yeah, oh, and because I got work in the morning, I need to get everything done by tonight, and this has to be returned at 7:30, and I actually have a van departing at 7:30 for work as well. So tomorrow's gonna be a tricky one, but I think we're gonna stay up all night and get it done. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at right now. I think it looks way better than it used to. I'm actually pretty excited about this project. So stay tuned. All right, so the last thing we're gonna do before we get to sanding and finishing it is using an orbital sander. I call it the square foot. I don't actually know what to put. But I'm gonna start with 80 grit to 100 grit and kind of move from there. As we turn it on, it's gonna shake violently, and hopefully my pictures and stuff don't fall off the wall, and I'm gonna hide the dog so he doesn't get scared. Otherwise, I think we just kind of work around, do it a couple times. I have it all day, and yeah, so we're gonna do that first, so yeah, feel free to watch along. Pretty good. I think Ross likes them. And floors weren't the best condition, but I think play the game. The motto of this house is better today than it was yesterday. But yeah, so after sanding it, using the orbital sander and all that good stuff, I think the final step. The last thing, we're gonna seal it. We're gonna put some stain on it, and then put a clear coat on it and sand in between, I think. And I think we're good to go. So I'm on a short time frame, so I'm gonna try to bang it out before, hopefully, well, tonight. So we'll get the first coat on, wait about 3-4 hours, let it cure, and then we'll go into the phase 2, get the first seal coat on. Hopefully by the time I wake up in the morning, we can get the final one on if I have time, or if depending on how it looks, maybe sand in between. But yeah, Ross, what do you think? The floor looks pretty good. Yeah, I think so too. Alright, so now we're gonna go on to staining. So I went around the outside with a brush to make it easy on the corners. I'm told you just kind of pour it out and go. We're gonna figure it out. I'm told it dries a lot lighter than it goes down. I'm kind of hoping for that. It's kind of like in a light look, but on the corners you can probably see it looks pretty dark. So, I don't know, we'll see what happens. This has been quite the journey. I think we're in our final phase right now. I'll put a the clear coat on, slurm it around and spread it. This one being water-based, I like the oil-based stain. This should go on a little bit smoother. Hopefully I don't fuck up too bad. And yeah, and we'll go from there. So let's hope for the best. Alright, so I forgot to catch this last part of my camera, but I took a 100 grit, something in that space, sander, and went over the finished floor, which hurt my soul. It was hard. But it looked really good. There's a lot, I'm going to call them goosebumps. So watch a couple videos and just recommended sand it again. And we're going to put one final coat of finish on it. We're going to hope for the best. So this should be the last thing I do besides just waiting, and we're gonna hope it turns out all right. And I'll still show you the final product when we're done, and hopefully it doesn't look like it looked like when we started. The color's not exactly what I was going for, it's a little bit lighter. So anyway, we're gonna figure it out. All right. Sad to say our journey's done. I think the floors turned out pretty good. I'm really glad we did the extra sanding stuff, but man, you can feel it. It feels like glass. This is so smooth. You can feel all the lumps before, but yeah, I mean that's this is the end result of some guy watching a couple of YouTube videos and kind of figuring it out as we go and making a lot of mistakes. If I were to do it again, I'd make different mistakes, but I'd make less. But yeah, these are floors. I'll say wife should be back in a couple hours on her journey, so hopefully this turns out with a thumbs up. I hope it doesn't look exactly as it did before I started. But yeah, thanks for coming along for the ride and check out these floors.